when they would leave for Mina, on their conveyances, which would be camels, then on this day they would give the camels water to drink. Because now they were leaving Makkah and they were going outside of Makkah, there was no provisions of water in Mina. Neither were there any provisions of water in Arafah. Neither would there be any provisions of water in Muzdalifah. And then they would come back to Mina, again no provisions of water, and then they would return to Makkah Mukarramah now in the afternoon on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. So 2 entire days, you could say. Obviously they'll have enough water for themselves to perform wudu, and even in the time of Jahiliyyah to drink, etc. But to feed the animals, they wouldn't have enough water. So tarwiyah means to give water to drink. So on this day, they would give the animals the water to drink, so that this, they would then store it. Obviously camels store the water. So they would store their water, and this would then suffice for this entire journey which they would undertake. So today is Yawm al-Tarwiyah. The Hujjaj have left. Ideally they would have left today after the Fajr Salat, although logistically many of them would have probably left last night to get to Mina. And they would spend the entire day today in Mina, in the state of Ihram. Many have been in the state of Ihram for possibly 24 hours, 48 hours. A large portion of them may have been in the state of Ihram for even longer, for possibly even a week. Some may be doing Hajjah Qiran, possibly a week, 10 days even. Some would have been in the state of Ihram. And now they are all in Mina. They would have performed their Dhuhr Salat, they would have performed their Asr Salat, they would have performed their Maghrib and their Isha Salat by now as well. And at this moment they would just be resting. And resting for the big journey tomorrow, which would be going to Arafah. And the day of Arafah, where they'll be standing in the plains of Arafah, standing out, calling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So at this moment in time, what will be the engagement? The engagement will be one, and that would be mainly making a lot of dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and engaging in excessive talbiyah and excessive reciting of labbaik, Allahumma labbaik. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was once asked by the Sahaba Kiram radiyallahu ta'ala anhum regarding Hajj, that Hajj, which is the best type of Hajj, what type is the Hajj which we should all try to aspire to. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Al-Hajju wa-Thajju. The Hajj, which is the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is that which is Al-Ajju and that which is Al-Thajj. Al-Ajj means in that which a person loudly confesses a labbaik to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, constantly. The Hujjaj in unison would be at this time reciting labbaik, Allahumma labbaik. They would have left Makkah Mukarramah, especially in the morning, on their way to Mina, in their droves, saying labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika lak labbaik. And we're here, we're not there, but we should try to focus ourselves in this moment. As Maulana Hussain Ahmad Madini rahmatullahi alayhi would be seated with his students and other associates, and somebody would give him an itar. He would take this itar, and then he was about to put, and he goes, Allah, take a deep sigh. He says, Allah. He says, the Hujjaj at this moment are deprived from using itar. Constantly his mind is there. Constantly his mind is in Mina. His mind is in Arafah. His mind is in Muzdalifah. His mind is in Mina at the Jamarat. At the moment doing tawaf of ziyarat, making the sa'i between Safa and Marwa. And this is what the believer should feel like, that connection with the Haramain, that connection with Makkah Mukarramah, that connection with the blessed sites. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept this Hajj. Because in reality, this is a journey of love. A journey of love where a person expresses his love to his Creator. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, As the Shaykh rahimahullah ta'ala has depicted it very beautifully in his Fadail Hajj. He says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that when a person and an individual, he accesses and he progresses and he comes closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his love, and he comes closer and closer. Now he wants to feel that when a person loves somebody, then a person wants to engage with them, wants to talk with them, wants to converse with them, wants to visit their house, wants to see them. So a person now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the creation wants to come close to the Creator, wants to speak to the Creator, wants to come to the house of the Creator. So Allah has said, okay, now my house is open, come to my house, come to my house. So now in this state of love and ecstasy, this individual now leaves his home. He doesn't put any itar on, he doesn't leaves everybody behind, his family is left behind, children are being left behind now. Before in a time was where people could afford to take their children as well. Now they can't even afford to take their children. So they're leaving their children behind. Why? And they say, no, I need to go. I'm going to meet my Allah. I have to make this journey. It doesn't matter if it costs £10,000. £10,000 is not an insignificant amount, a large amount. Husband and wife go, that's £20,000. £20,000. But they say, no, I have to do it. Why? Because I'm going to meet my Allah. I'm going to the house of Allah. And then he goes there and he makes the tawaf of the house, going round and round. This is the house of my Allah, like a majnoon, and like somebody who's intoxicated with love. As the Shaykh rahmatullah alayhi quotes Majnoon, the couplets of Majnoon, where he says, أمر على الديار ديار ليلى أقبل ذا الجدار وذا الجدار وما حب الديار شغفن قلبي ولكن حب من سكن الديار. When Majnoon fell in love with Layla, then he would be seen, that even if a dog would pass by him, and that dog he would know has come from the streets where Layla lives, and he would get that dog and he would caress that dog and embrace that dog. Sometimes he would go and just walk around the streets of Layla, touching this wall, touching that wall. So they said, what are you doing? The wall is just a dog. And he says, do you know this dog? It's not just a normal dog. These walls are not normal walls. These walls are the walls which are attributed to my beloved. This dog is that dog which has just come from the streets of my beloved. So he says, Amurru ala diyari layla. I pass by the streets and the valleys and the alleys of my beloved Layla. Amurru ala diyari layla. Sometimes you may see me kissing this wall, sometimes you may see me kissing that wall. وَمَا حُبُّ الدِّيَارِ شَغَفْنَ قَلْبِي. It's not that I love this wall or I love this wall. No. وَلَكِنْ حُبُّ مَنْ سَكَنَ الدِّيَارَ. Rather in my heart is the love of that person who is living within these walls. So the Haji goes and he holds onto the ghilaf of the Kaaba and he cries to Allah, and the experience that person feels, the ruhaniyat that person feels, the spirituality that person feels, and he sees the Kaaba for the first time, and tears are rolling from his eyes, and he just sees people making the tawaf, and he sees people screaming labbaik Allahumma labbaik, and then first time sets his gaze upon the Kaaba, and his eyes just automatically start to tear up, flow with tears, and he just raises his hands and he just sees the barakat, the noor which is descending there, and he experiences this, and he's just saying, Ya Allah, you've brought me here. Ya Allah, you brought me here. Ya Allah, this is your grace. You brought me into your house from thousands of miles away, wherever I was, engaged in my own little thing. But Ya Allah, you've brought me here, and I've come to your door now. And he makes dua to Allah, and then he comes closer, and then he goes to the Ka'batullah, and he kisses the Hajarul Aswad, and he kisses the house. So he's like kissing the doorstep and kissing the handle and the blessed places of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he goes round and he goes round and he continues going round and round and round, and thereafter he goes to the door of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the multazam, and he attaches himself to the multazam, And he attaches himself to the multazam. You see people just crowding there, and people are just rushing there, going there. And he attaches himself to the Ka'batullah. And he says, Ya Allah, I'm at your doorstep now. Ya Allah, I'm here now. Oh Allah, I'm at the door, the door of mercy. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, now what do you want? Ask from me, what do you want? And he's there saying, Ya Allah, I want you. I want your love. Wallah, I want Jannah. I want to see you in Jannah. You brought me to your house, Ya Allah. Don't deprive me of seeing you in Jannah. Don't deprive me of your mercy in Jannah. I'm here at the door of your mercy. Ya Allah, just open up your mercies for me. The person experiences this, and his hair is disheveled. He's now sweating as well. People are there crowding him, trying to push him away. And he said, no, I'm going there. You can't push me away. And he's focused. He goes, it doesn't matter. Sometimes people are overzealous as well, and pushing, shoving, and everybody just in their own ishq and muhabbat and love. He said, Ya Allah, we're here. And the Hujjaj, the Haji, then, in this state now, he's there, I'm here, now what do I do? So now he rushes up to Safa, and he starts running from Safa to Marwa, and running from Marwa to Safa, Safa to Marwa, Marwa to Safa, just like a madman. Somebody if somebody doing it, I said, what are you doing? Everything okay? Why are you running from here to there? Because my Allah is saying this. This is what's going to make my Allah happy. And then he goes out back into the wilderness, goes out into Mina, and now he's spending the whole day in Mina. And he's spending the whole day, and he says, Ya Allah, I'm here now for you. I'm here, labbaik. Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik. The Haji is continue saying labbaik, and this time, labbaik, Ya Allah, I'm here now. Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik. Labbaik, la sharika labbaik. And then ideally, Allah will be then saying to him, labbaik ya abdi wa sa'adaik. Ya, O my servant, I'm here for you as well. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Ask, what do you want from me? And in this, he spends his entire day engaging, making himself prepared for the big day tomorrow, and engaging in ibadat, engaging in worship, engaging and thinking, pondering that, I'm so engrossed in the world. When a person's there, then he becomes detached. And it gives him a time to think that I was working constantly, home, work, job, money, bills, family, children, this, that, and then you're there. And you completely... Just the only connection you have there is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have nothing else to worry about. Nothing else to worry about. You say, you tell somebody, what you Jalli, come on, quickly, come on, Jalli, quickly, we need to get back. They close the doors of the haram. Jalli, they close 1 hour ahead. Here, we struggle to get the first rakat. But there, with 1 hour, 1.5 hours before, you're in the masjid, and we're there. And then, if they're closing up, this door's closed, let's try that door. Let's try that door. This door, let's try that door. Sometimes they go up on the roof, and then is there any way back down again? And then you're coming back down. Where can I see the Kaaba from? Where can I see the Kaaba? And you just stand there and just look at the Kaaba. And you just feel peace, that contentment, that solace, that tranquility. And you just think that, I was engaged in so many things. I had so many things, fikr, so many concerns, so many things, constantly bothering me. And then you're there and you just feel so much at ease. Everything is gone. Everything's disappeared. And just one focus. That's it. I need to do another tawaf. I need to get to the Kaaba. How can I get into the Hatim? How can I grab the cloth of the Kaaba? How can I come closer? What else can I do? One more tawaf. One more, come closer. And you try this way, that way. The guards there saying, Haji, Dhul, ala Dhul, go this way, and you're like, come on, please. Hajj is closed, there's nothing you can, please, just let me inside, there's space there, I can see, just one. No, Hajj, after namaz, okay, after namaz, and inshallah, And constantly, that's it, how can I get there? Get closer. This love, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, we have this within our hearts. We have this, it manifests. Maybe it's subdued because of our engagements. It's subdued because of our environment, because of our other things which we need to do. But it's there. And that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. The believers have intense love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have the most love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we have this love. It's sometimes subdued, but it manifests itself in certain occasions, certain times, such as these. When we go to the Kaaba, we can see it. Or if somebody is to, say something, regarding Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a derogatory manner, na'udhu billah, then that love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam comes into our heart. Once, Manabul Hassan, Abbas, Ibn al-Abbas rahimahullah, just passed away recently, of Pakistan. Very prolific writer, mashallah. Ibn al-Hassan al-Abbasi. He's written an incident in which there was one Muslim, not very religious, and he says he was there clean shaven, sitting in a pub, having a few drinks out of his mind, and just talking as drunk people do, here, there, everywhere. And some other people came, sat with him, started talking to him, and then making fun of him. Look at you Muslim like this. And yeah, do you want a few more drinks? And he's like, yeah, come on, no problem, bring them on, I'll take it, no problem. Let's have a bit of a challenge, no problem, we'll have it. And he's there joking, this and that, and them guys are having a bit of a joke and a laugh with him as well. And then all of a sudden, one of them says something disrespectful to Rasulullah, regarding Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he says something bad. And then all of a sudden, that person is in a state of drunkenness. But all of a sudden, all that just disappears. The intoxication just disappears. He becomes sober, his eyes become red, and becomes enraged. And he gets that glass and he smashes it and he hits him and he beats him up. And he says, look, I may be drunk, I may be evil, I may be anything, but the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in my heart. That love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in my heart. That the believers, there's something which unfortunately some people cannot comprehend. But because maybe they haven't experienced that love, maybe they don't have anything to love that much. But the love of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam supersedes everything. It prevails over everything, and we have this within our hearts. And that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows. In the month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows us that we have the ability to abstain from sin and excel in worship. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us Ramadan for. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us Hajj, so that He shows us that, look, this is how much you actually love me. When you come for Hajj, when you go for Umrah is a minor Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us that, look, you love me. The love is there. You just need to water it and make it grow. You need to water it and make it grow and progress in this love which you have. Engage in ibadat, engage in dhikr, then you'll get that sweetness, you'll get that halawa, you'll get that connection with me. It's there, but you just need to attach it. You just need to attach it. The two wires are there, you just need to just clip them on together, and that's it. And then that bulb will come on within your heart, which will be beating away with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us His true love. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring us closer to Him, even more closer to Him. Make our love manifest within our lives. Not only just that we've experienced it, but practically within our lives. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to at all times be very adherent to the ahkam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those that have gone for Hajj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept their Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a means of His mercy descending upon the entire ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a means of forgiveness not only for them, but for the entire ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a means of nusr, make it a means of hidayah spreading throughout the world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the remaining days easy. This is just the first day where they just have to mentally prepare themselves. The main days are to come. Tomorrow, the day of Arafah, thereafter Yawm al-Nahr, the day of the sacrifice, thereafter the remaining 2 days of Tashriq as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make these days easy for them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them himmah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them good health as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala time and time again allow us to to visit the blessed places as well with acceptance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the barakat of whatever remains of these last 10 days of the Hijjah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Sallallahu ta'ala khayr khalq Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Brothers are requested now to engage in the tilawat of the Quran al-Kareem, inshallah. Allah. والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويدعو Was our request to start completing that tilawah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سلام على عباده الذين اصطفى، سلام على المرسلين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وأنزله المقعد المقرب عند اللهم رب هذه الدعوة القائمة والصلاة النافعة. صل على محمد وارض عني ظل رزقة بعده أبدا. اللهم صل على محمد عبد ورسوله، وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد وارحم محمد وعلى محمد كما صليت وباركت ورحمت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وأزواجه وذريته كما صليت على آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وأزواجه وذريته كما باركت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أزواجه وذريته كما صليت على آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى أزواجه وذريته كما باركت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد النبي وأزواجه أمهات المؤمنين وذريته وآل بيته كما صليت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وترحم على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما ترحمت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم ترحم على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما ترحمت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم تحنن على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما تحننت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم سلم على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما سلمت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم على محمد وعلى آل محمد وارحم محمد وعلى محمد كما صليت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك كما صليت على آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وبارك على محمد النبي الأمي كما باركت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد عبد ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد صلاة تكون لك رضا ولو جزاء لحق أداء وعاطه الوسيلة والفضيلة والمقام المحمود الذي وعدت واجزي عنا ما هو أهله واجزي أفضل ما جازيت النبي عن قومه ورسول عن أمته وصل على جميع إخوانه من النبيين والصالحين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته كما صليت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل علينا اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى أهل بيته كما باركت على إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك علينا صلوات الله وصلوات المؤمنين على محمد النبي الأمي. اللهم اجعل صلواتك ورحمتك وبركاتك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما جعلت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وصلى الله على النبي الأمي. التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات والسلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. التحيات الطيبات والصلوات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. التحيات لله الطيبات والصلوات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. التحيات المباركات الصلوات الطيبات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. بسم الله بالله. التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أسأل الله الجنة وأعوذ بالله من النار. التحيات لله الزاكيات لله الطيبات الصلوات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. بسم الله بالله. خير اسماء التحيات الطيبة والصلوات لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. وأرسل بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وأن الساعة آتية لا ريب فيها. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. اللهم اغفر لي واهدني. التحيات الطيبة والصلوات ملك لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله. التحيات لله الصلوات لله الزاكيات لله. السلام على النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. شهدت أن لا إله إلا الله شهدت أن محمدا رسول الله. التحيات الطيبة والصلوات الزاكيات لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. التحيات الطيبة والصلوات الزاكيات لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. التحيات الصلوات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. التحيات لله الصلوات الطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. التحيات المباركات الصلوات الطيبات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. بسم الله والسلام على رسول الله. يا رب صل وسلم دائما على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم